Another steam engine. And another one from eBay. To be honest, I didn't expect to win this. I did bid on it, but I thought it would go for a lot more money than it actually did. So I was very lucky and very pleasantly surprised when I won the auction. Now, this is obviously German, and I say obviously because the valve gear and the cylinder, that all gives it away. This typical German, 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, that kind of time period. And the only markings on it are on the pressure gauge, which I'll let it come round and we'll have a closer look at it. And as you will see when we close in on the pressure gauge, it would appear to be an Ernst Plank engine. There you go. There's the pressure gauge. I don't think it works. I can't see any dial on there or anything, but the face definitely says EP, which is Ernst Plank. So that would be what it would appear. That's what it appears. But of course, I don't know whether that pressure gauge was actually off of this engine or whether it's been fitted, or it may have been from another engine. So this may not be a Plank. This might be a Bing, because it's got certain features about it that are similar to Bing engines of that time period. I have had a look through all the literature I've got, and I have tried to identify this, but I can't. So if anyone out there knows what this actually is, I would be very grateful for any information on it at all. There's the actual engine. It's a piston valve, which you can see there's a little piston valve there. This is all free, it all runs and all turns. The valve and the piston are free. Obviously this has been detached, and I think the boiler is only connected to the firebox at one end. It's also been repainted at some point in its life, so I'm not entirely sure what colour it's supposed to be, but it's also completely filthy. But I can clean it up. It's not a problem. It's actually covered in soot, believe it or not. I don't know what the hell they've used to fire it, but the whole, it's not just the boiler and the firebox which you'd expect to be dirty, but it's also the base and the engine frame. It's just every time you touch it you get black marks on your finger, so it needs a complete wash. I'll probably see if I can get a big tray and wash it all off in vinegar to start with, and that will take all the soot off. And yeah, it's nice to have the chimney. Quite often with these engines the chimney is missing because it only just pushes on, so yeah, it's nice to have that. Let's have a look at the burner. Now the burner may be original. This certainly looks period. This bit I think has been added onto it as someone soldered that on as a handle. But I think the burner itself is original, as is the little door, which of course should be hinged onto the back of the firebox, but it isn't. So yeah, so it's all there. Just needs strip down and thorough clean and a repaint to get it going. Right, time to take the little German engine apart, which we hope is an Ernst Plank. Now I was going to clean it, then I decided no, I'll take it apart first because it'd be easy to clean the individual bits after we got it apart. I've had penetrating oil soaked into all of the threads that I could find, and that's been on there for about an hour. So now we're going to have a go at hopefully getting everything unscrewed. So I'm going to start with the top of the boiler. You've seen me do this before many times. I've got all my tools here, and of course the very most important thing is a bit of old belt sander. Perfect for protecting whatever you're going to grip. I'm hoping that this is all going to come off reasonably easily, but I don't know that, so I might have to apply some force. So we'll stick that round. We'll go with the safety valve first. Stick that on there like that. And of course this is all loose as well. I'm not sure whether that's turning or not. Well, if it's turning, it's bloody tight. So let's give it a little bit more welly. Nope. Oh yes, yes, it's come loose. Excellent. Superb, and it seems to be working. It's free. Great. One down. The old pressure gauge might be a bit tricky. I really don't want to break this if I can possibly avoid it. Oh, it's already loose. What did I say about not breaking it? Let me go and rescue that before I tread on it. Well, it looks like the face was only pressed in there anyway, so no damage done there. And it's coming out nicely. It looks like the penetrating oil did its job. There we go. I need to investigate that later on. We'll see whether that's actually fixable. It may simply be missing the needle. Right. I think we'll try. The little pliers, the little Bernard pliers on the whistle first, rather than the big ones. Oh yes, lovely job. There we go. That's a bit stiff. I'm not going to force that. It's unscrewing. That's what I'm more interested in. There we go. I can always soak this in some penetrating oil and see what you can get that to. No, that's definitely locked up. I'm not going to force it. Right. Then we come around this end. Let's move the camera just a little bit. There we go. So we've got a level plug, I suppose that is, on there. Let's try this. Might have to go with the mod grips on this one. There we go. I'm sure that that went that time. Oh. That was a little bit tighter than the rest of it, but it's coming out nicely. Yeah, little tiny level plug. Okay, I'm going to get the sight glass off as well, and I'm just going to assume that that leaks. That doesn't want to come, that one. Let's try this one. Oh, that one's easy. That one's not. I think there may be something in the screwdriver's not going into the slot on this one. Ah, there we go. Got it now. Right. That was tight. Well, I definitely put penetrating oil on both of those, but I've obviously not been off for a long time. I'll finish this off camera. Well, I managed to get the sight glass off, and I managed to get it off intact, which is quite an impressive feat, especially for me. So that's the boiler done. I don't know whether or not this unscrews or whether that's soldered in. It doesn't seem to want to move. Right, let's come out a bit. And we'll have a look. Because this is, the boiler is only attached. So let me get my torch and we'll have a look down in there, see what's going on. What we have here is, we have a little tab that is soldered onto the bottom of the boiler, and there has bent over tabs that go through the plate at the end. The one at this end, at the far end, let me come out a bit, is come unsoldered from the boiler and is still attached to the firebox. So I just need to bend the little tabs out of that end, and then we should be able to lift the boiler off completely. And there we go. And it's absolutely filthy. Look at that, it's just disgusting. So that's going to go straight into the vinegar bath, definitely. We'll put that over there for now. Okay, so I think next stage is the firebox, which I think it's just, yes, it's just the firebox. I don't know where you can see that. It's just bent over tabs, which I'll bend those out and we'll take the firebox off. Ta-da! Firebox is off. So yes, that's it doesn't look too bad actually. It doesn't look too rusty, but obviously it's going to need to be stripped of paint and everything. So, but yeah, so all that really leaves is the engine, which is just turn this around. We basically got 3 screws on the engine, one there, one there, one there. Once they come off, then obviously the engine will come away. Well, those screws came out really easy, so this has come away nicely, and it has revealed something. On the bottom of the engine frame are some numbers. I don't know how well you can read that. Let me get my torch on them. Right, I don't know how well you can read that. But that says 15 and 386. So could that be the engine number? 15386. So possibly. Now obviously I want to take this apart as well. The engine, that is. I'll put all those bits in a separate box. Engine. Right, so crank pin first, which appears to unscrew. Oh, there we go. Which is a little tiny pin and a spacer, which gives us that. Then it looks like there is a little knurled nut on the end of the crankshaft, which comes loose. That's nice and easy. Right, so I don't know what else is how maybe that unscrews. Yeah, that looks like it does. Yeah, I'll take the eccentric off. Making a note of all of the bits and how they go together. So you got the eccentric, and you've got the little pinned eccentric driver. Then there is the eccentric strap and a washer. So that's okay. Just get that off of there. There we go. Piston valve should come out. There we go. There's a little tiny piston valve. Washer, spacer. I'm not sure about the rest of this. I shall have to look at that. But there should be a screw. Yes, there's a screw in the end of the cover over the piston. I'll take that off. I should be able to remove this now. That's just being fiddly. Let me do that off camera. Yeah, so that's the cover over the cylinder. And that just leaves us the cylinder, and I'll see whether we can get the little retaining screws out. Assuming I've got a small enough screwdriver to do that. Oh yeah, that one was actually not tight, which is always good. And neither was that one. Excellent. Good. Again, I did put penetrating oil on these, So that's obviously done its job. Right, so yeah, there's the cylinder, piston and valve block. Okay, well, the only other thing I've got to do is work out how to get the crankshaft out. There doesn't appear to be any grub screws. There generally wasn't grub screws on these, but they normally will. There's an interference fit normally into the pulley. So yeah, I'll do that off camera. But we're pretty much there, ready for the cleanup stage, which is next.